Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of the Awakened Living podcast. I'm your host, Robbie J. And today's episode is actually a talk I did for Insight Timer. I am a teacher on Insight Timer, and I have a variety of guided meditations and tracks on there, which I highly encourage you to check out. And this is just a simple talk I did for Insight Timer. I thought I'm going to throw it on my podcast because it has a lot of great information about meditation, about getting out of your head and into your body. And I think it'll give you a fresh perspective on what it means to be stuck in your head. So enjoy. Please leave me a comment, subscribe, give a like. It makes a huge difference for this podcast, and it would mean so much to me to receive your support. So have a beautiful, blessed day. May this information touch you and inspire you in beautiful, beautiful ways. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. Robbie J. here. Today, we're talking about why people get stuck in their head when they meditate, and why you may be getting stuck in your head when you meditate. Now, this is a common complaint and problem that many people face, especially early on in their meditation practice, which sadly can prevent many people from going deeper into the practice. You may have noticed that you're always stuck in your head when you meditate, and you may have noticed that at some moments it's more intense than others. So we're going to talk about all that today. And I'd like to share from my own experience with my own meditation practice, as well as experiencing other people in my life. I have many friends and family members who also meditate regularly, and we all encounter this problem, and it comes and goes. I've also taught many people how to meditate, and of course, especially when someone's new to it, they find that their monkey mind is bouncing around all the time, and it can be a fairly unpleasant experience. So, that said, listen with open ears and an open heart, and that which resonates, take it. That's for you. And if something doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. So, that being said, the primary reason I've found beyond the mundane, of course, is that there's trauma and pain in your body. And not just in your physical body, in your emotional body and your mental body. Because the mind is actually not separate from your physical body. Unfortunately, in our world today, many people just assume that their mind and their mental body is in their head. And that's not true at all. Your mind is infused into your aura, and your mind is overlaid with your entire physical body. So unless you're dead, you actually can't separate your mind from your body. They are interwoven. They are not separate. They are different. They're different systems. However, they're not separate. Similar to the blood and the veins, right? If you think about your blood and your veins, they're not separate. They're one, unified force of your being and your body, and yet they're also distinctly different. The blood is not the veins and the veins aren't the blood. Your mind is not your body and your body is not your mind, but they are interwoven and interlaced. So we're sharing these esoteric blueprints with you to help you understand more deeply what's really going on here when we say the mind and the mental. So there's another esoteric teaching which is helpful to realize, which is that you have the 7 chakras, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and you have an 8th chakra, and the 8th chakra is called the soul star chakra. And it's about 12 inches off the crown of your head, so it's actually up above, it's out of body. And this soul star chakra is an expression of your soul and your higher self. And it's like this beautiful star or sun that shines above your head. I actually have a meditation about this if you wish to connect deeper with it. You can see it on my Insight Timer tracks. That being said, the light of your soul descends from the heavens. The light of your soul descends from this soul star and above as well. That said, it shines down into the crown of your head, which is why the crown is pointed upward and open like a beautiful flower. And the light, like rays of light, shine down through your head, through all the chakras, and ideally in a tonified and integrated energy system, that light can shine clearly through each chakra, through the central channel, down to your feet. Now that's how we're designed. That said, it's fairly rare for someone to actually have attained that level of purification and clarity within their system. That said, what happens is that the more trauma and limiting beliefs and negativity and fracture within the system and disassociation within the system, the less that light of the soul and light of consciousness can shine within your being, and the more you get stuck in your head. So there's literally energetic kinks and blockages within the system that prevent one's awareness and consciousness, which are actually different, which perhaps we'll do a talk on that at another point. That said, your consciousness and your awareness get stuck in this upper center. Of course, we're also very head focused. We use our eyes so much, and we sit and just are using our eyes and our ears and our mouth a lot, and we're not always in our body. So all that being said, what stops us from being in our body is the trauma and pain and emotional stagnation, and stuck emotions, and the beliefs and stories we have about those emotions. So if you want to deepen your meditation practice, if you want to access deeper levels of consciousness and stillness and peace, it's very important that you begin to purify. Begin to release your emotions that are stuck, begin to work through your trauma, begin to heal your physical, emotional, mental being, and you will be able to go deeper and deeper and deeper. Because actually, the deeper you go into your being, right? Like the deeper into meditation, you sink deeper into meditation. You sink deeper into the heart, deeper into your body. Okay? And when that happens, you're deeper in your meditation. So what this means is that if there's a bunch of pain and suffering inside of you, it's going to keep pushing you up and out of your body because it has a built-in mechanism to protect itself. And you have a built-in mechanism to not want to go there. That's why it's there. And it's uncomfortable. So when I started to meditate, I had a very hard time getting out of my head. And I still do sometimes, to be honest, because we live in a very mental world. That said, when I first started, I had trouble. And then I went through a phase of really deep emotional purification, where I began to deeply purify my system of past traumas and emotions. And after that phase, I was able to go much deeper, much quicker, much easier into my meditation and find states of altered consciousness that are very joyful and blissful and loving and peaceful and equanimous. Which when you tap into that, you're like, man, meditation is awesome. Like it is great. So that is accessible to you and every single human being. It just requires effort and discipline. Similar to a healthy, fit body is accessible to pretty much every single human being if they put in the effort and discipline. So the effort and discipline in this case is continuing to practice and purify, the past. Now, a few simple things that you can do right now to just support your daily meditation to sink deeper is get into your body before you meditate. So what does that look like? Do some stretches, do some yoga, qigong, tai chi, even just shaking your body, doing some qigong tapping You can find a lot of resources on YouTube where you just 5 minutes of tapping your body, activating your body, doing some deep breathing, shaking, putting on some nice music and just shaking your body up and down, up and down. And that will bring you into your body. It will cleanse your mind and your mental body and allow you to sink deeper more quickly. Now, another thing you can start doing is start doing some healing work and energy clearing with your system. I actually have a variety of guided processes on my Insight timer in the tracks of energy clearings. So all you have to do is search energy clearing on there and you can find some amazing resources to get started. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please let me know. If you have more questions, please let me know because your questions inspire me to make more talks like this. So thank you so much and have a beautiful day and meditation.